Hello and a very warm welcome. We're back. Spa qualifying. They've just crossed the line. I react. Charles Leclerc gets his third pole. Ferrari in a class of 1. Mercedes with their pants pulled down and 7/10 off the pace. It's penalties galore at Belgium. We are back. I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. We're just going to run down the order. I'm not going to try and put these penalties in order this week because 6 drivers have penalties. Kubica, Giovinazzi blow up in qualifying. So me putting them in order, no. So we get into Q1 through Blanchimont, one of the quickest corners on the circuit. Kubica goes up in smoke. Pulls over, first red flag of the session. Red flag helps Lewis. Lewis has a big crash in practice 3. Is he going to be ready for qualifying? The red flag helps him massively. Giovinazzi stops right at the end of Q1, I believe, yeah. And another red flag was kind of frustrating. Carlos Sainz is out, but he qualified 17th. He's going to get up to probably like 12 because so many people have penalties. Q2, Ferrari are very quick. Albon on his debut finishes 14th. Ricciardo P5 into Q3. Now we're bunching up. The track's 4 miles long, did you know? But Hamilton nearly hits the back of Bottas, and Bottas nearly hits the back of Hulkenberg because they're all bunching up. They all want the same tarmac, fighting for position. Spa qualifying reaction. Charles Leclerc's on pole. Ricciardo the star of qualifying in my opinion. Ricciardo's P6. It's a worldie. He's my qualifying star. So let's go down the order. Charles Leclerc P1. Brilliant. Third pole position in F1. Let's hope. Well, Ferrari, can they actually win their first race of the season? Crazy. Sebastian Vettel P2. It's been a year since he was a Grand Prix winner. Should have been a Grand Prix winner at Canada, but a year since he won. Beaten by Leclerc. Leclerc looking strong. Ferrari's race pace didn't look that great in practice though, so the gap's massive in qualifying. I think Mercedes will be better in the race. Lewis Hamilton P3. Big crash in practice 3. And for me, that's a good effort by Hamilton. He was never going to beat the Ferraris. He's beaten his teammate, even though he had a confidence dent by crashing the car. P4, Valtteri Bottas. New contract, Valtteri Bottas. 5th, Max. In front of all his faithful, passionate Dutch fans, he's P5. Star of qualifying, P6, Daniel Ricciardo. Great effort by Ricciardo. P7, he's always P7. Nico Hulkenberg, Mr. Consistent, comes home in P7. And he's lost his seat, incredibly. But he'll definitely remain in the sport. Kimi Räikkönen, 8th. He does have a limp. He got an injury during the off-season motocrossing. He's got a limp, but he's still P8. Sergio Perez, he's a bit of a specialist around this track, but he's only P9. Yeah, I thought he'd be a bit higher up than that. Magnussen is 10th. Romain Grosjean's 11th. McLaren haven't looked strong this week. Norris is 12th. Stroll gets out of Q1, he's 13th. Albon on his debut for Red Bull, he's 14th but has a penalty. So many drivers have penalties, so we're just going to do the order as normal and then we'll let the penalties sort out. Off the top of my head, Albon, Stroll, Kvyat has a penalty. So many drivers have a penalty. I think Renault have a penalty, don't they? Do both Renaults have a penalty? If they do, that's bullshit because Ricciardo and Hulkenberg are like best of the rest. Giovinazzi brought out the second red flag. He's 15th. Pierre Gasly is back in Toro Rosso, but to be fair to Pierre Gasly, his first race back in Toro Rosso, he's beaten his more comfortable with the car teammate. Kvyat's more comfortable and Gasly's beat him, so fair play. The biggest shock of them all probably in this session, Carlos Sainz down in 17th, but will probably end up in 12th with all the penalties. Danny Kvyat on the podium at Germany, he's 18th. Bit of a howler for the torpedo. 19th, George Russell outqualifies Kubica once again, but Kubica didn't get to do qualifying. He comes around Blanchimont, 190 miles an hour, smoke out the back of the Williams. And there we have it. That is qualifying reaction done. Yeah, just thinking off the top of my head, I believe the Renaults do have a penalty. There's 6 drivers who have a penalty, and Giovinazzi could have a penalty because he obviously red flag. Kubica could have a penalty, red flag. Albon's definitely got one. I think Stroll may have one. Ricciardo, Hulkenberg with they two. Kvyat's one. So yeah, we'll have to see tomorrow. It's a bit of a crazy. It's penalties galore. We return from the summer break and Ferrari look mighty. Ferrari on pole. Can they convert it tomorrow? We'll find out. Spa qualifying reaction done. Join me for race reaction tomorrow and driver ratings. Spa, what a quality circuit. Something that really annoyed me as well. Lewis Hamilton crashed in practice 3 and the fans were cheering. What is that about? I do not appreciate that. Like, why would you cheer someone crashing? We all have our favourite drivers, but cheering someone crashing is pretty low in my opinion. I mean, the crowd is superb, but you can't cheer someone crashing. Even if it was, well, anyone on the grid, you shouldn't cheer a crash in my opinion, no matter who you support. But anyway, that was a bit frustrating, but we go into the race tomorrow. Charles Leclerc on pole, Ferrari 7/10 ahead of Mercedes. But will their race pace be good? But we know Ferrari with their strategies. Will they start on inters on a dry track? No, I'm just kidding. But Ferrari are pretty poor on strategy. Let's hope they can convert it. Let's hope Charles Leclerc can get his first win in his F1 career. Should have won in Bahrain. Possibly should have won in Austria. Can he convert it tomorrow? Leclerc on pole for the Belgium Grand Prix. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below. We'll always reply. And I'm out of here. And I'm very pissed off. Manchester United fucking drew to Southampton. I watched qualifying. It's been a poor day for me. Man United draw. Hamilton crashes, although he did pretty good effort in qualifying to beat his teammate. But it's not been a great day for me. Leclerc on pole for the Belgium Grand Prix. Adios. Get them comments in below. I'll always reply.